So have you ever launched something so meaningful to you and wondered if anybody else cared about it? Or have you ever started something and put it out there for the world and then wondered if anybody else heard about it? So these are the issues that we help business owners with. My name is Molly Oyua with Sacred Fire Creative, and we're a full-service digital marketing agency. We help primarily women and minority business owners with their branding, web design, and marketing. And one of the organizations that I'm involved with is NAWBO. And so I'm going to show you that here. It's National Association of Women Business Owners of Oregon. And in NAWBO, Oregon, we have our board of directors, and today I'm interviewing one of our board members, who is Robin Schuckmann of BNI Oregon and Southwest Washington. And so I'm going to bring her out so that she can introduce herself and tell you a little bit more. Welcome, Robin. How are you doing?
Hi, Molly. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, welcome. And so let's see, let's go ahead and bring our names up here. And then why don't you tell us a little bit about, how you got started with BNI, and tell us a little bit about the organization for anybody who's watching who's not familiar with it.
Sure, thank you. So BNI stands for Business Network International, or an international referral organization. And I work with Oregon and Southwest Washington. We have over 40 chapters and almost 1,100 members around the state. I've been with the organization for over 18 years. I was actually a member for 3 years, and then I became the executive director over 15 years ago. And in those 18 years, we have seen some tremendous growth and community building. We started with about 121 members or so, and have since grown again to over 1,000, almost 1,100 members. And we just make a huge impact in the local business community. We help people build their business by referral through referral education and teaching people how to really develop relationships with the right people so they can further their business really in that new old-fashioned way of doing business, which is word of mouth.
Awesome, awesome. And so a lot of people, they're asking me, oh, well, I don't really do marketing. I get my business through word of mouth, and I think that's pretty funny because now that I've been in business for a while, I've had a few different businesses, and I know that networking is a form of marketing. It's very important to your business if you're doing it locally and if you're not. So it can really help you build your business. And obviously for you, it's that training and knowing the right people. And is there anything that, you would share about BNI that makes it different than other organizations?
Sure. Education is by far the number one benefit of being a part of BNI. It's often said that BNI is that master's degree that we never got in terms of the education for our business. We all love to do what we love to do, whether it's graphic design, web design, selling homes, being a plumber or electrician. You have the education for that particular field, but we're not often trained on how do we get that next client. And that's what we provide, is we provide the education needed that business owners need to identify the right people to develop relationships with, to surround who can refer to you all day, every day. And then once you identify those people, what do you say to them? How do you develop that relationship so they know exactly who they're going to refer their clients to? And you become that expert in your field. You really identify the niche that you want to hold, become the expert, and become easier to refer to.
So, we were talking about this earlier off camera, but, BNI, it's all about networking, and it's its own network. And then there are other organizations like NAWBO, like eWomen Network. So, the question is really for you, you get asked this a lot. Why network in these other organizations?
So, you definitely want to network in multiple places. We teach people that you should belong to at least 3 different types of networking organizations because they all work well together. We recommend at least one soft contact network. And a soft contact network is where there's more than one person in your profession. And the purpose might be just meeting people in general and getting to know a variety of people in a variety of professions. You could be focusing on community service, giving back to the local community. The second would be a professional type of organization. It might be in your field. It may not even be in your field. It might be an affiliate type of organization. And then a third would be a hard contact network where there's only one person in your professional classification in that particular group that you're working with. And the focus is referrals and consistently meeting with the same people. And those three types really, really work well together. So that's why I'm a part of NAWBO Oregon, eWomen Network, BNI. They all do lend themselves well to each other. And we even have to network to grow our own organization. So.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I definitely believe that. When people tell me, they say, well, I just moved to the area and so I don't know anybody, so I can't refer. I can only receive referrals. I think that, to me, you're providing the training, you're providing the education. I'm just looking at it from, the business owner standpoint. And I just look at it like there are so many opportunities to meet people in business who can refer to you or be that strategic partner. And so, I like that you split it up in a way that is easy to understand so that people can really go out there and take some action and not just sit at home and say, well, I still don't know people. So, I think it is important to get out there and to be strategic in what you're doing so that it's not just, well, I think this might be a good fit and to keep on going. So really splitting it up in those categories makes sense to me. It's really helpful.
Absolutely. So our philosophy in BNI is givers gain, and what goes around comes around. If I give business to you, once you get to know, like, and trust me, you'll want to do business with me in return. And that is the number one concern of people who join any organization, BNI or not. I don't know if I can give to these people. I see how my business can benefit, but I don't know how to refer. And we teach people how to do that. It actually comes in a three-stage process. First, you have to find the people that you resonate with and that you can really do business with potentially, right? And then you get to know them. So you spend time building the relationship so they get to know, like, and trust you. And that referral part actually does come easy. And that's a big concern of many people. I don't know how to give, but the giving actually comes easier once you take the time to build that relationship.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm going a little off topic here, but so just last week, I was giving a presentation to a small networking group that I'm part of. It's similar to BNI, but my focus is in marketing, but like I said, I believe networking is also marketing, and it's one form. Mm-hmm. And so as part of what I did 3 simple ways to grow your business today. And so I really targeted towards that particular group, and there were 22 people in the room. And so one of the things I talked about was that when you first meet somebody, like say you go to a chamber meeting and you set up a meeting one-on-one with them or something like that. And mm-hmm. or say, you're networking, a soft networking group, and then you do a one-on-one with them. And so my suggestion was to listen first and build rapport. And so I like that you have pretty much said a very similar thing, which is like the relationship is the most important. Build rapport and develop that relationship first. And that's really what I was trying to say. And I actually got a lot of pushback from that. And so, do you have any other advice in terms of, I think it's such an important topic, and I really want people to realize that it is who you know, like, and trust. That's who you work with, and so what's another way that we can help people build that? And I know you do a lot of training on this, so I'm kind of asking for your expertise here. Sure. How would you phrase that? Yeah.
Well, there's oftentimes you have the transactional people and you have the relational people. Mm-hmm. And when you come across someone who's transactional, meaning I want you to buy from me and here's the dotted line where you sign, it turns people off. And if you're associating with those types of people and they're not relating to you, it's not going to work. You're probably not going to create a strong relationship. So find the people that you can relate to, the ones who want to build a relationship, the ones that aren't the pushy type, right? Mm-hmm. The ones that want to take the time to get to know you, and you're willing to take the time to get to know them. It becomes much easier to refer when you focus on the relationship, because if you are trying to sell to the people in your network, meaning you go to those people and you expect them to buy from you and they're expecting to buy back from you, it just doesn't work.
No.
Build a relationship, get to know them, and when you are out and about in the community, visiting with family, meeting with clients, and they express a need, you have the solution, and you know exactly who you're going to refer them to, that person who's in your network, who's taken the time to build a relationship with you, not the pushy transactional ones. The relational ones are the ones that are going to get more business longer term.
Yes.
Does that help in any way?
I love it. You know, somebody who's in a lot of my networks who is the executive director of NAWBO is Diana Hoff, and she's so good at this. And so, you know, I look to her and I realized, you know, the people who have been in business the longest, like you've been doing BNI for 18 years, just thank you so much for your wisdom and for sharing that. You know, it's not everybody's going to be like that, and maybe not at this point too. Maybe that's one of those things that you learn about networking over time, is that, you know, like when you first join a group, oftentimes you just feel like, well, how am I going to get that next client, right? Or like, or I wonder if these people will buy my product or whatever it is, right? And instead, I love the attitude for BNI of giver's gain, where it's really about, you know, how can I provide value? How can I be of service and develop that relationship? So that's really important, and I love that. So one of the things, just moving over to like talking about NAWBO a little bit. So I know that, you know, being part of this new organization, there are a lot of networking organizations out there, right? And so we just formed as an official chapter in May of this year. And you and I are both part of the board of directors. Yep. And so can you talk a little bit about, you know, why you're a member of NAWBO and why NAWBO is important to you?
Absolutely. I am a business owner, just like everyone else. And I need to have some education myself. And that's a great resource to find from other local business owners who can bring that education to me as a business owner. And I also know that I can help make a difference. Other people get that additional education. And it's a different type of education that, like I said, everyone needs to network themselves. And this is a great place for business owners to get that additional support.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Robin. Do you have anything else you want to add before we start wrapping up?
Goodness, I think our next NAWBO Oregon luncheon is August 28th, and the topic will be on mentoring. And if you'd love to come check it out, we'd love to have you as our guest. See if it might be a good place for you to get some support for your growing and thriving business.
Awesome. Yeah, so NAWBO Oregon, so anybody who is a women business owner or supports women in business in Oregon and Southwest Washington is welcome to come. And we have a couple different events that we're doing. We have a new event, which is called Coffee and Collaboration, which I'm facilitating, which is the third Friday of each month. And that's at 9:30 to 10:30. And then our NAWBO luncheon is the fourth Monday of every month, looks like. And so that's from 11 to 1 at the Multnomah Athletic Club. And that is, we do need an RSVP for that. So you can check out our website at nawbooregon.org, or you can also check us out on Facebook at NAWBO Oregon. And again, that's, let's see, NAWBO Oregon. And you can find out more about Sacred Fire at sacredfirecreative.com. I would love it if you checked it out. And If you have any questions, feel free to add them to the chat. And it looks like we got a hi, Molly and Robin, from Diana. So thanks, Diana. And, please check it out, NAWBOoregon.org, and we hope to see you at the next meeting. All right, anything else? Thank you so much, Robin, for being with us. Take care.
Thank you, Molly. We'll talk to you soon.